326. It's the number of seats the Tories or Labour need to win in the general election for an outright majority, something neither party managed last time around. In 2010, the Conservatives won just over a third of the popular vote and were forced into a coalition with the Lib Dems. To secure an outright majority this time around, the Conservatives would need to gain 24 seats. To do this, they'd need to be 7 points ahead in the polls. An outright win is an easy grasp, they claim. Labour need to gain 70 seats to take power. Only once have they gained this many seats since the Second World War, Tony Blair's landslide in 1997. In fact, support for the two major parties has declined significantly since the war. But why? And what does that mean in Westminster? The SNP, buoyed by the honourable defeat of the referendum, could more than double its share of the Scottish vote to 43%. UKIP could add to their tally of 2, perhaps as many as half a dozen or more. And the Greens think that they could go from 1 to 3. They're gunning for Bristol West and Norwich South. If either major party falls short, what next? In a hung parliament, the incumbent Prime Minister gets the first chance of forming a government. If he cannot, he will have to resign, and the opposition can attempt to form a coalition. One potential scenario is more of the same. Tory backbenchers wouldn't like it. The public may be wary of it. But if the Liberal Democrats can hold enough seats, renewing the coalition may be the obvious choice for David Cameron to stay in power. Alternatively, a grand left-wing coalition could see Labour govern with the Liberal Democrats. Voters torn between the two parties may be delighted, but senior Lib Dems are bitter about the attacks they have taken from Labour and insist they won't allow Nick Clegg to be forced out as part of any deal. Neither party may wish to settle with the Liberal Democrats, or they may be too small. There then begins a scramble to assemble a rainbow coalition. It's likely to be an arrangement known as confidence and supply. The government will sit without a majority, but will be propped up on key bills and protected in confidence votes in exchange for specific policies. The SNP have said that they will prop up Labour, but not the Tories, in exchange for more powers for Scotland, not renewing Trident and easing austerity. And Nigel Farage has said that UKIP will do a deal with the devil to get an early referendum on membership of the EU. And look at the Ulster Unionists. Conservative, patriotic, David Cameron may ask them to help keep him in power. If the minor parties are sufficiently large, then the Nationalists or the Lib Dems will be the kingmaker. With so many potential scenarios, it might not be you who decides if Cameron or Miliband is PM, but Nicola Sturgeon and Nick Clegg.